Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Nightingale Let's Play. This is episode, I believe, 19 of our playthrough. If I'm wrong, I'll just correct it on the screen here. But yeah, so today we're going to be going back into Gloriana's Tears. Just a quick recap on what we did last time. We upgraded our gear set. So now we are rocking all the 3+ tier gear, which is pretty cool. I have a Charm of Invigoration on my hat, Charm of Force on my chest piece, Charm of the Mule on my backpack. On my shirt, I have Charm of the Immovable. On the pants, I have Charm of Essence, Charm of Thorns on the gloves, and Charm of the Wanderer on the shoes. I also have, I do not have any more, I think I had. Actually, let me double check. So in the progression tab, we were working on unlocking like tier 3 stuff, right? We did that last time. We upgraded some stuff in the in our little space here, which was really nice. And basically, we're kind of just continuing our progression. Next, we have to go into Gloriana's Tears and complete the Site of Power. There's 2 different sites of power. There's the Glorious one and the Somber one, I think. And one of them gives us access to the Gauntlet, and the other one gives us access to the Hollowed Moor. Both of those are kind of like different types of realms, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're gonna work on unlocking those today. And in the meantime, we're also going to hopefully get some more tier 3 essence so that we can unlock some more tools, because I would like to get a few more pieces of gear that are, unlocked for us. I think the Dauntless Umbrella Glider is something I did not make last time, which I probably should. But as far as things I want to unlock, let me double check. I think the Dauntless Sickle was from a quest. Yeah, so I got this sickle, I think, from a quest. And then I would like to make a better one, but I don't know if that's necessarily the best choice. And then of course we have some firearms and stuff that I haven't unlocked that I would like to unlock, but I don't have enough tier 3 essence. So the things that we do have to make here, or at least things that we should probably make before we go into Gloriana's Tears, would be a new axe. So maybe a Dauntless axe would be good. I'm pretty sure I have that recipe unlocked. I don't think I have any Dauntless knives or anything like that unlocked, so let me double check. Whoops, there we go. We have a few different Dauntless items. I guess I did unlock the hunting knife. The main thing I want to unlock here is the Umbrella Glider, the hunting knife maybe. Well, maybe not the hunting knife. The hunting knife is good. I don't usually use the hunting knife for combat. I usually use it just to carve meat, so that'll be like in the back of my priority list. The wood axe, however, I am gonna put on there. I don't think I made the climbing picks yet, and a lever action rifle would be nice, but I'm not sure if... Actually, let me see how much stuff in my arsenal I have, because well, yeah, you know what, let's check. Let's see. We have a bunch of poison, lightning rifles, and I don't see any fire ones in here, but that is okay. We can probably work with that. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is probably just craft these 3 things. It looks like I did not upgrade the climbing picks either, so yeah, that'll be the main thing I do right now, and then that'll be done before we go. The reason why we didn't do it last time is because we didn't have the blue essence, like enough blue essence, but once we went into Gloriana's Tears and we did a bunch of stuff on the map last time, that's how we got all that essence. So I guess I'll just upgrade 3 of my weapons right now, and then we'll head off on our way to Gloriana's Tears. So I'm going to start with the Dauntless wood axe. Looks like I already have a ribbon wood handle. As far as like what kinds of materials and stuff I want to be using, I know that I want something that will probably have some injury resistance, because I'm going to be using the blocking of, well, the blocking of attacks with my axe is very important because of the charms I chose to go with. So if I can prevent injury that way, that would also be probably very advantageous. But either way, let's make sure that we have all our stuff. So, yeah, let's start off with the wood axe. So I need a martial axe head. So, or marital, or is it? No, it's martial, I'm pretty sure. So with that axe head, I'm gonna need a regular axe head and then an alloy ingot. As far as alloy ingots go, that'll be out of bronze or brass. I'm probably gonna use the bronze one because it gives me crit as well, and it's better for melee. And then for the axe head, I'm gonna need to make another thing. So let's work on that. Looks like I need an ingot and a blade. I think the blade is gonna need a metal sheet though. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna need a metal plate. I feel like in the menu, there should be an easier way to kind of go about this, but, I guess we'll see. So, let's go with... I kind of want to use the gold because I feel like I'm gonna have enough gold by the time I want to make a new weapon set. The reason why is because I use a lot of magic on my axe, so it might not be the worst of ideas to make a gold metal plate into a blade. So let's do that. And then we're also going to make our axe head. Let's choose our gold blade, and then for the ingot, we can also choose gold. Why not, right? And then for the martial axe head, we're gonna use our gold axe head, and we're gonna choose bronze for our ingot. We're gonna craft that. Next, we're gonna need a handle. So the handle I currently have access to. Well, actually, let's check out our gear here. So the handle I currently have access to is the ribbon wood handle. It's pretty good for melee and injury resistance, so I guess I could settle on that. If we look at other types of wood, we have some that have like maleficium resistance. So for example, the advanced U for, you know, this lumber might be decent to turn into a handle. Just kind of quickly looking at my options here, and you know what, I think I am going to go with the ribbon wood, so we're not going to make that. And then we're going to need a grip. That is going to be made over here. So this grip is going to need hide and wrap. So as far as the wrap goes, let's see, we have prey wrap. I could go with some other type of wrap. Let's see what we got here. So we're gonna need straps. So let me make straps first. Straps, then wrap, then grip. Little bit convoluted, but that's okay. We'll figure this out. So if we look at our different options here, I think I'm gonna go with probably the predator hide just for the extra health, since this is a melee weapon. And then we're going to make our well, actually, how many wraps do we need? We need one wrap. So we're gonna make our wrap. Gonna take 2 predator straps, make 1 wrap, and then we're gonna go and make our grip. So I think I'm also gonna use predator hide for the grip, and then the predator wrap, and then altogether that should make us... Notice I have, I'm gonna have 90 maximum health out of that, so that's really nice. That's like one benefit of kind of like stacking stats, if that makes sense, is that you get like really nice bonuses. Oh, something I forgot to do was kind of mess with the augments before I started crafting, so that was kind of a, you know, a silly mistake there. But I'll kind of demonstrate that better at the final crafting station, so I'm not, you know, looking like a fool essentially as I make that mistake. The counterbalance, I can't remember if it's, oh yeah, it is part of this. So I guess for the counterbalance, we could go all in on magic power. We do have quite a bit already. I could go with something a little bit different. Like, I could go with something like cobalt, so that'll also give me some environmental resistance. That's not really that helpful in Gloriana's tiers, though, I guess. I think this iron could be decent because of the durability, but I'm not sure if that's really what I care about right now. Lacunas gives me that maleficium resistance, which could be really nice. Cobalt gives me, okay, kind of the same stuff. The bronze ingot is also very tempting, but magic power can be very, very strong on an axe if you're like using a lot of enchantments, which I love to use the enchantments on my axe. So I could go all in. Let's see how much we have already on this marital axe head. So right now we have 20%, so I'd be adding another 10% on there bonus for magic power. That could be a little bit overkill and it might not be as good as I was thinking initially. So I think what I might do, let's see, 4% melee damage on iron. I kind of want something a little bit spicier than that. So I think we're gonna go with the Lacunas with the maleficium resistance. I have a lot of those, and I think, you know, having a purpose for that right now might actually be pretty advantageous. So we're just gonna use that. I don't think we need more than like maybe like 20% magic bonus, or sorry, magic power. So I think that's kind of a little bit overkill even. So let's make our thing at the workbench. Before we do that, I'm gonna mess with the station augments. So I'm going to look at my different options here. So let's see. The unsprung trap. Okay, that's more for like ranged. I think I'm gonna choose something else here. Shields. Crafted items have stamina regeneration +++, melee damage +++. Crafted clothing items have injury resistance +++, and then health regeneration +++. But we're not worried about the clothing, we're just worried about the items, and I'm okay with the damage and stamina regeneration. That's gonna be really good for us. I think I'm also, well, actually, let's see what other options we have available to us. I could just scroll down and take a look. Let's see, climbing pick items have speed +++. That could be, so I might want to equip the globe augment before I make the climbing picks. So that's something to think about. Let's see what else we got here. Not worried about the fishing rod augment. Trying to see if, like, I'm just quickly scanning to see if there's anything. Paper press might be good later. Not for this though. Let's go with a construction press. So maybe we'll add a construction press there. And then let's see what else we got. Okay, that's just sickle items. Okay. We're gonna go with the crystal ball so that we have extra magic damage. So crystal ball might be good here. If I could find it, that'd be great. There we go. And then for the last one, well, let's see what this last augment is right now that we have equipped. We have the ammo box. Okay, that's more for ranged weapons, so that's not really going to be helpful right now. The cannon, I think, is also for ranged. Yep. So let's see what else we got here. Maybe we want to use something else. Trying to see if there's anything else here. Fishing trap, small plant thing is not going to do anything. Crafted two-handed melee tools have stamina regeneration +1 and then melee damage plus. Maybe the simple drinking horn might not be the worst. I don't know if it I don't think it overwrites the other thing, so there we go. All right, so let's craft our... So just to quickly recap, we have a shield, construction press, crystal ball, and simple drinking horn. So let's apply that, and then we're gonna make our dauntless wood axe. All right, let's take a look, make sure we have the right stuff. So looks good. Looks good. So we're gonna craft that. And then when this thing is crafted, it should look really, really good. So if you take a look now, you see all these different, I mean, we have 66.8 magic power. That's crazy. Well, I say it's crazy, but it's just right, I feel like. And then of course the maximum health is gonna help a lot, the extra melee damage. But once this thing is crafted with all the final stats, we'll be able to take a better look at what we got here. In the meantime, I'm going to start putting together the materials for the umbrella glider. So we're gonna need some cloth for that. Let me take a quick look here at my plant products, see what kind of cloth we have available. So we have Titania's crown. I could make some durable cloth. That could be a decent option here. All right, let's take a look. So here is, let's inspect our dauntless wood axe. So this dauntless wood axe has stamina regeneration plus, melee damage plus, durability plus, magic plus, stamina regeneration plus, melee plus, and it has a pretty good stats. So looking pretty good. So yeah, the infusions look good. We're going to add our own infusions on top of that, and then we're also going to add our charm. So right now I don't have a charm on my axe. But I probably should. If there is a, I don't know if I have a charm of cleaving, maybe that would be really ideal, but, or even if I have access to that just yet. But let's see, we have ammunition, flanking, patience, rage. Charm of the leader could be decent. Let's see, lumberjack, pioneer, wind, and venom. Charm of Venom is really nice because of the increased damage when you're taking poison. But right now we're not really gonna be facing those kinds of enemies until we get to the Hollowed Moor, where there's going to be some harpies there. So it might make sense to do that. You know what? I think I am going to go for the Charm of Venom, and I'm just going to hold on to it. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to add a Charm of Venom to our new axe, and then we're also going to add an infusion. So I don't think I have any regular infusions available. I might not be able to add an infusion if I don't have any. Yeah, I don't think I have enough to make an infusion, so let's see. Oh, I do. Okay, so let's try fire resist would be nice. Injury resist could be good too. I have to think about this. I don't know. I'll have to look at this, but let's see what augments we have available. So just the sundial, so I can't really do anything else here for this particular workstation. But yeah, you know what? Let's do injury resistance. Why not? Toss it on there. Cool. So we have that. That's the last infusion we could possibly put on anything right now. There we go. Now we're up to 78, and I don't even have the enchantments on there yet. So if we look at the enchantments we have available, nothing that I want. So I'm gonna have to make my enchantments. Let's go with actually, let's see which ones we have before I make a decision. So life drain is really good. I love life drain because it kind of gives me like kind of a heads up as to where all my enemies are. So I'm gonna definitely make that. I think I'm also, let's see, no, salvation's not really useful right now. I think I'm gonna go for hermetic flame as well. So I'm gonna have to make a weak human seal. I'll explain what all these things do in a second. So we're gonna make that weak human seal. Yeah, so life drain, it heals yourself by draining the health of an enemy. So I'm gonna apply this to my dauntless axe, or wood axe, I should specify. So 10 more seconds on that. I'm trying to think if there's, you know what, maybe recovery might not be a bad one to have on this thing. We'll make another weak human seal, actually. We'll make another one, and then we'll make this. So we're gonna do, let's see, hermetic flame just basically sets my weapon on fire. I really like this a lot because with immolation, there's always that chance you can miss. Like, the fireball is nice for like AoE, but since I'm taking life drain, I don't really need that. So I'm just going to do that. And then we're gonna take our other thing here, and we're gonna make, where is it? Oh, recovery. Here we go. All right, so let's add hermetic flame. I'm gonna add that to the third slot, actually. And then I'm gonna add recovery to my second slot. All right, so now we're at level 92 on this axe. I mean, that's one hell of an axe. Jeez. Woo! No joke there. I'm gonna leave that axe pick on my helper. I'm gonna take this wood axe and I'm actually going to just extract from it. I don't have a reason to hold it. I'm gonna put these straps away real quick. All right, and then finally we're gonna make our oh, that's right, the climbing picks and umbrella glider. So the umbrella glider, I could make a durable cloth. That's gonna require some lining. I think for the lining I'm probably going to want, well, let's see, what kind of thread we got here. Yeah, I'm gonna make some thread. So we're gonna do, see, this is for an umbrella glider. We're gonna want maximum stamina as high as possible. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna go for. The reason why is because if I can get a high stamina rating, I'm able to glide for a longer distance. But it doesn't look like I have anything I can really do that with right now. And I kind of don't want to use lower tier stuff. So I guess we're going to go with health regeneration, stamina regeneration, and stealth rating. So we're going to take Titania's crown. We're going to use that. And then for the lining, we're going to... Oh, we need 2 thread. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Actually, we're going to make a bunch of these. But yeah, that's gonna be its own thing. As far as the handle goes, I guess we could use the other ribbon wood handles that we've gotten if we really wanted to. Unless there's another one I can make with max health. So I'm gonna have, sorry, not max health, max stamina. So I might have to find the stamina in other areas in order to make up for my lack of materials in another. So that's gonna be something that we're looking at here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make also... Let's make a lining with Titania's crown. And then we're also going to have a cloth. So for the cloth, I'm going to also take Titania's crown. And once those 2 are made, we're gonna make our durable cloth. Oh, wait. Cancel. I think I used the wrong ability. See, you gotta make sure that you're using the right stuff, because if you just autofill with default, it puts it to like the lowest tier stuff, which makes sense. Just because like in most crafting stations, if you're doing something really fast, you kind of don't care about that, right? There we go. So now we have that. What else do we have? Oh, right, the handle we already have. Actually, let's see if I can make a handle that is Um, oh, we have different poles too. So, oh, that one's stamina regeneration and magic power, but that's not really helpful. Let's try and make some lumber actually. Oh, that's right. We have Seriotin, so that'll give us some movement speed, environmental resistance. And then we have regular, so that's not going to do anything. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the handles that we already have. Let's make some wire. We're going to try and add something that will give us more maximum stamina if possible, but there might not be possible, so we're gonna have to kind of look through here. Nope. So I don't see anything here that can give us maximum stamina that we currently have. Magic power is not useful on the umbrella at all, so I'm not even gonna bother. Melee damage Maleficium resistance is kind of silly on an umbrella, but the Maleficium resistance is really nice. So I think I'm just going to take it anyway, and we're just going to use that. And then we're going to need an ornament. And we're going to make the ornament out of the same stuff, so out of the Lacunas, tier 3 Lacunas. The reason why I don't put environmental resistance stuff on my umbrella is because it just doesn't make sense. The umbrella shields you from environment, so it's kind of it would be kind of silly for me to do that, I think. Let's see, what do we have here? There was something here for umbrella speed. Crafted clothing items, nope. Let's see. Sprung trap, boat wheel. Here we go. Crafted umbrella, so simple tea set and stuff like that. Let's see what the other augments do that look kind of like that with that icon. There's another one here. Here we go, the paper press. So the paper press is what we want to use here, so we're gonna throw the paper press up in there. I think that's like the main thing I kind of wanted to have. Let's see. Crafted tools have durability plus. Okay, that could be useful. Crafted clothing items have cloth resistance. It's not a clothing item, so that's not really gonna be helpful. So maybe the crystal ball is not the best right now. And the drinking horn probably isn't what I'm looking for either, so we're gonna have to look a little bit more for something else maybe. If we do have anything else that might make sense. Let's go with the shield. Yeah, so we put the paper press in there. Let's do the shield. Where is it? There it is. And then we'll also put down I don't think there's anything else here that can really do what I want it to do. I guess a basic sawhorse could add some more durability, but I think I already get the durability from something else, so that might not make sense. I guess we could put a simple tea set for the umbrella speed. I don't know. Fuck it, why not? We'll throw that in there. Or maybe, actually, the ink making set might be better. Let's double check. Well, it has the same effect, so I guess we'll just use this. I think this is good enough. We tried. Let's look at our Dauntless Umbrella Glider. Let's make sure we have our durable Titania's Crown Cloth on there. The Lacunas Spring, the Lacunas Ornament, and we have the right ribbon handle and craft. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna look at is the Dauntless climbing picks. So we're gonna have to make a hardened pick head. So the hardened pick head, let's see what it'll let us use. I think there's better choices than this pick head we have here. We need a better metal tip. So I'm gonna make, I think that's gonna need a, oh no, we can make it out of ingot. Okay. So let's see. We're gonna want the highest amount of stamina possible on these climbing picks as well, but I don't think I have anything really that can be used for that. So remember, we're gonna still get another group, sorry, not another group, but we're gonna get another set of gear after we do these sites of power anyway. So if we want to kind of do everything again before we go into the Hollowed Moor, it might be fine. Just kind of checking durability might be more important here. So I think I am gonna go with the iron. We'll go with an iron metal tip. And then we're gonna go for the pick head. Let's go with iron again. All right. And then we're gonna make our hardened pick head with the iron. And then we're going to choose, actually, did I just make another? Oh my god, I already had an iron one. Okay, I'm being silly. I didn't mean to do that twice. Don't see anything here that's really that helpful. I guess I'm gonna use brass ingots, so I'm not, you know, wasting too many materials. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. I'm actually gonna need to make 2 hardened pick heads, so that's why I made the extra pick head, but I completely forgot about that. I guess I had 3 in total, which is kind of unfortunate. But the reason why I need 2 is because obviously they're climbing picks, right? We already have our handle. We're going to need a grip and an ornament. So actually, let me make the ornament first. So ornament. We're going to turn this from... Let's see. We use iron again. And then we're gonna go over here and we're gonna make our I think we might have enough actually, let me see here. We have our grip, which is gonna use hide and wrap. I think we have enough wraps, possibly. No. Oh, here we go. Maximum stamina on the prey, so we have the correct wrap already. Now if we can find a, okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with the prey hide. So this is gonna be just fine. We're gonna make our grip. You would think that it would require you to make 2 grips since it's 2 climbing picks, but it only has you make the heads of the you know, thing. So I don't understand that, but okay. I'll take it. All right, and then we're gonna collect our Dauntless umbrella glider. So our umbrella glider looks pretty nice. We're gonna need a Charm of the Wind on that. I think I have one. Let me double check. Ooh, I do not have a Charm of the Wind. Okay, I'm gonna have to make that real quick. What am I missing? Charm Cord Eye. So we're gonna have to craft that too. All right, and then we're gonna make our Dauntless climbing picks. We're gonna have to choose our hold on a second, let me just do this real quick. We're gonna have to choose our augments before we make the climbing picks, but first I'm gonna put this Charm of the Wind on my umbrella. There we go. So I'm gonna swap out my umbrella for the much better one, and then I'm going to extract out of that. And let's make our Dauntless climbing picks, but before we do that, let's make sure we have the correct stuff we want. So Let's see. We're not looking for umbrella items. We're looking for anything to do with climbing picks. Okay, we're gonna have to look through. So, okay, this isn't useful. That's not useful right now. Range tool, range tool. Nope. Two-handed range tool items have range what damage? No. Not what I'm looking for. Crafted clothing items have range damage. Nope. Here we go. Cartography set. So that might be useful. So let's do that. Let's see. Nope. That's umbrella stuff. Tool items have magic. Crafted clothing items. Okay, don't worry about that. Let's see. Fire resistance, maleficium. I wonder if the fire, maleficium, and poison resistance all kind of go into the climbing picks. That would be interesting if I were to... You know what? Let's try that. Let's try a... Let's try the crystal ball and see if it actually applies even though it's not a clothing item. Because I could be misinterpreting what this means here. Trying to see what else. Image. Okay, the globe. That is the big thing we want. So we're gonna put the globe up, and then is there any more stuff with like a cartography symbol that we need to worry about? I don't think so. This last thing isn't really doing anything for us, but I think it can't be helped, maybe? So I guess we're just gonna have to settle on that, and then I'll just put like a random... Nope, that's not gonna work. Two-handed range tool items have range damage. I don't think that's gonna do anything, so we're just going to go with that. Those will be our augments. We're gonna make our climbing picks. Make sure we have the correct thing of everything in there, so we don't make a mistake. Looks good. And craft. Alright, so that's looking good. Once those are crafted, we should be fine. I wish I had enough essence to make another infusion. It'd be nice if I could make a maximum stamina infusion for my axe, but it doesn't look like that's gonna be the case. Also, I should probably eat something before I go and make sure that I have everything that I need. There we go. And then we're gonna take the climbing picks, replace the ones we currently have. And then I guess I'll just extract these. I don't need them. My helper's not gonna use them, so there's no point. And then we're gonna put away everything. Let's put stuff in the magic bin. And then we're gonna take this pig head and put it there. Alright, so it looks like we're good. Now we gotta make sure we have enough food and stuff. I think we'll be okay. Let me check and see if we have any more food, actually. I think we are kind of... You know what? Maybe I'll take the... Well... The broth isn't really doing much here. I would have to craft some more stuff. So let's see what we have as an option now that we've crafted our gear. Let's see. Captain's plate. That could be interesting. Leaf and soldier fish. We'll put a... Well, we gotta figure out maybe some water spinach. That could be good. Maximum stamina. And then the Ferris wine stuff. So we'll just make 6 of those. Captain's plates. We have, I think, 2 of them already. So let's make sure we have that we have our food in the right place here. What is this? Chaparral trout. Maximum 170 health. That's not as good, but I could use it. It's better than the Well, let's see, 120, 170. It's better than the fed catfish, so there's that. By the way, you can mix and match food that are like the same item if they have different traits. So, for example, this one's made out of leaf-fin soldierfish, and this one's made out of chaparral trout. So you can kind of mix and match those. This one's also made out of leaf-fin soldierfish, but it's a different dish. I kind of want to use something else here, so let's see if I can make one more. Actually, it looks like I can't make a perfect steak. Can I make marinade? That's the next question here. Oh, my helper's kind of in the way here. I can't even interact with the... Come here. Thank you. Okay, marinade. See if we can make something. We'll take the soldierfish marinade and we'll put salt. So we only got 2. That's fine. We'll use those for now. And then we're gonna make some perfect steak. Yeah, I guess I could make some gazpacho too. But yeah, let's do the steak first. And then for the meat we'll use let's use the I guess I could use the favorite Azazel meat. I haven't been messing with that, so why not? We'll make 6 perfect steaks. Now in the meantime, we're gonna take our rest. We're gonna reset, and then we're going to head off to Gloriana's Tears. Alright, we grabbed our food. Switching our food here to something better. Do I have prodigious health potions unlocked? No, I don't. So I guess I'm gonna have to stick with the current ones I have. We're gonna put this food away over here. Alright, and I guess the Lancaster is gonna have to sit there for a while. I'm gonna put the rifle ammo away. I'm not really able to use that right now. The fishing rod isn't something I'm too worried about right now, so I think I'm gonna put it away in tools and ammo. Alright, and we'll just head over here, collect one of the peeps boxes to take with us on our journey, and then I'm going to quick travel to the crossways, because the portal's already open. Pretty sure this is Gloriana's Tears. I'll just double check. Oh! Looks like Puck needs to talk to us. Let's see what he has to say.
It would seem these ancient riddles were no match. Lifetimes of stewardship, undone in mere moments. How closely these druids have followed in their prince's footsteps. Now, their secrets are laid bare, and the final step of this network is yours to tread. Keep your wits about you, child of Earth. Thy long-awaited homecoming draws ever near.
All right. He's referring to the fact that we cleared the different puzzles last time, so that's basically what he's referring to, if you guys are wondering. I think what happened is that I left Gloriana's Tears before he could show up and tell me that, and that's why he showed up now, so... Yep. Now you're probably wondering, why is it that Puck is showing up, like, out of context? Part of the reason is that it used to be that he would only show up in context, and sometimes it wouldn't trigger for him to reappear, and it would stop people from being able to progress. So the devs had just said, fuck it, you're gonna talk to Puck regardless. Which honestly is not a bad solution considering everything, but it is kind of funny out of context, not gonna lie. Alright, so we have our radiant site of power here, and we have our somber site of power. It doesn't really matter which one we start with, so I'm just gonna go here first. Alright, got our trusty umbrella. Gonna eat our food. Alright, and off we go. I'm just kind of looking up here. We're getting a lot closer now. There's some random bugs over here. They're conveniently pressed together. Would be a shame if someone just... I'm just gonna collect this. It's too convenient to ignore. That way I can just use the bug meat later. Is my helper gonna grab it? There we go. Alright. I'll let them hold on to all of that. Where's the... oh, it's up there. Okay. So, something I'm gonna have to do is climb up over here before I can get all the way up there. A good way to do this maybe would be to go against these rocks up here. There is a staircase that leads all the way up there, so maybe that's not a bad entry point. And then I could just walk across the bridge. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, there's a... ooh, hold on. There's a random cave here. Might as well. I'm already here. Why not? We're already here. Might as well. Oh. There we go. Couldn't get to the side there. Bad aim on my part, I guess. Probably some scorpions in here somewhere. Usually there are. In these caves. Or at least the desert caves. I don't see any yet, though. Usually when I start breaking down these rocks, they'll hear me and they'll come running. A little bit of a distraction, but I mean, I'm already here. I might as well get these rare minerals. I mean, they're not even that rare, but you know what I mean. Wow, there's really no scorpions in here. Holy crap. They might be outside when I leave, though. Maybe I passed them? Not really sure. We'll worry about everything else later. Yeah, I'm just double checking, make sure I didn't miss anything. Alright, let's get out of here. Convenient cave is convenient. Now we're only halfway there. Halfway there. Halfway there. At least it feels like it. Maybe this is just the copium kicking in. Just gonna pull out my umbrella. So we're gonna be exposed to the sun up here. And plus it's just faster, because, you know, charm of the wind. This is why I have it. This right here. We're almost there. Oh. Oh, I froze there for a moment. I'm gonna use my life drain. Oh. Did it unsummon? Oh, I see it. There's enemies back here. kind of dying just because of my life drain. It's a very good, it's one of the newer spells that they've added to the game, but I actually really like it because it gives me, not only does it give me a heads up as to where the enemies are, but it kind of gives me like, what the hell? Did they just fall from the ceiling? What the that was weird. Okay. Grab more essence here. Looks like we still have some friends. And then of course we have a hope echo right here. Oh, I forgot to pause. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys caught that. Good luck. There is... Oh, here it is. I was looking for the... There's like one more missing. We need to find... the different symbols. There has to be another one lying around here. Oh, another two, apparently. Alright, that should be good. We're gonna collect our essence bundle. And then we're gonna head up there. I'm gonna have to climb up. I can't just... I'm gonna latch onto the ceiling. Hopefully, if I can. It lets me. It might not let me. Alright. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to kill the other heart first. Yeah, they're just melting. I mean, the damage on the magic... sorry. Getting all that gold on my Dauntless axe has, I mean, blown up these enemies essentially. They just melted. It's like, I'm melting! Like they're a bunch of like... I mean, it's like mush, really. Crazy. I hear a hope echo, but I'm trying to find... I think I have to go this way, actually. I think it's up this way. Okay, so there... Oh, here it is. Pause if you need to. Cool. So now that we've gotten that under control, let's take a look around real quick. I don't think there's any other essence bundles up here. Pretty sure. Anyway, we still gotta climb up though. I guess we could take this. I gotta be careful though. Alright, that doesn't sound good. Oh, they're downstairs. And they're gone. Nice. I hear another essence bundle somewhere. I see a chest. Salvation. Okay, and Charm of the Arsenal with a ghost card. Not bad. Salvation is good more for like if you're playing multiplayer in my opinion, because it's like an AoE heal. I don't really use those with like my NPC helpers, if that makes sense, so I don't really utilize that utility as much, so I don't value it as much. That's really the only reason. Alright. Collect whatever's in there. Alright, now we gotta go upstairs. I hear an essence bundle, I think. Let me take a quick look. Oh, here's a chest right here, hidden in the corner. Cobalt barrel and marigold alchemical ink. I guess I'll take it. You know, I haven't actually explored this area as much as I thought I did, because, you know, finding those 2 chests is, like, really nice. But I also haven't really, explored it that much, so it's kind of interesting. I guess I'm gonna climb up this way. Is it an essence bundle behind, or what is it? I think it's behind. Yeah, there it is. Hope Echo. I keep saying essence bundle, but it's a Hope Echo. My bad. Pause if you need to. Alright. Okay, so we could go down there, but we do need to get that sorted out. So, let's see if I can, get in there. I don't like the positioning of this thing. Whoa. There we go. Collect our essence bundle here. The thing underneath has opened up, but I want to make sure we're not leaving any goodies behind, so I'm just gonna... I think there's a synchronous lotus chest at the top here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. We need those glamour tokens, guys. That's why I came up here. Oh, I sprained my ankle. That sucks. Okay, that could have been catastrophic, but... Yikes. So what I'm gonna do instead, I'm just going to use my recovery. I mean, I'm already almost completely healed at this point, but whatever. We'll hop down. Alright, and I think this is the Yex fight, so this is gonna suck, but we're gonna have to fight something, I think. Let me empty out my inventory, make sure there's nothing in there that can slow me down. I guess I could just put everything in there, huh? Well, I mean, this isn't really weighing much, so I guess we're good. Alright, and I'm gonna switch my ability to, life drain can be good in this fight, but we'll see. We'll just throw it in there. Alright, so now we're in this new area. We're gonna have to find the exit. Okay. Oh, that is not the exit. Here's the exit. Or not the exit, but the entrance. You know what? I am gonna use Hermetic Flame here. I changed my mind. Because Yex is only one target for now, but when he starts spawning ads, we're gonna need a life drain. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Oh wow, he's like melting. Holy crap. Oh no, no, no! Holy crap! We killed him before he even spawned ads. Wow. Okay, well. I guess the easy settings are really showing here. Damn. What is that noise? You guys hear that, right? That's so weird. I honestly don't know what to make of this. Like, that was so weird. He like died so fast. Like, usually he has like a whole ad phase and everything, but I just like bam. But you know what? That's what happens when you show up prepared. Anyway, Let's get out of here. That is, I think that's the exit right there. Possibly. I'm not entirely sure what direction I came in from, but I see a little thing above the door, so I'm gonna assume this is the exit. It's kind of covered up by the thing, though. Yeah, there it is. Wow, that was like super fast for like no reason. Alright, so now we have the triad portals to the gauntlet. We have access to the gauntlet. Nice, nice. We got our Yex fabled meat, bone, and hide. And then, of course, we have our pathway back to Gloriana's Tears, where we'd be able to do the other site of power. I'm not going to do that now. I think next time I'm gonna start off at that other site of power. So I think what we should do is go to the go back to Respite for now, empty out our inventory, and then head back over there, because the next time I come to this area, I think I'm probably going to collect some materials, maybe. So we'll see. But yeah, we just unlocked the path to the gauntlet. So the gauntlet is like 3 different realms. It's basically a forest realm, desert realm, and swamp realm, where basically you have all these like fabled creatures and stuff. So if there were any fabled creatures, or sorry, is it, I don't remember if it's fabled or what, but I'm pretty sure they're like fabled creatures. But if there's any in the biomes that you did not collect on your journey, they're pretty much all spawning in there. And then there's also a few quests that are like specific to those areas. They're also a decent place to pick up some new helpers if you need to, because I think each map has like maybe 2 or 3 aid missions or something like that. So yeah, the gauntlet is a pretty interesting place. So we got that. I'm going to also put down this pizza box right here, and we're gonna put our inventory resources toward it. And then I'm gonna also grab everything from there. And I'm gonna tell my helper to stand still so he's not in the way. Start putting everything away. But yeah, we had a nice little bunch of loot there. The next site of power is the somber site of power. That site of power unlocks the way to the Hollowed Moor, which is another storied realm. So I think that, yeah, so the Hollowed Moor is the last one that you'll go to. So it's really important that we unlock that. Especially since we want to do the quests the right way, and I'm gonna say that with like kind of quotes, because the right way to do the quest would be to not kill anything and instead just like trade with all 3 of the fabled creatures, or you know, just in general. It'll make more sense later, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. But yeah, I look forward to that, and I think that you guys will too, just so I can kind of demonstrate how to go through these quests without having to you know, kind of talk openly about it without it actually being like understandable, because I know some people who watch like the Let's Play don't have the game themselves, or maybe they, you know, are just curious about it. So I want to make sure you guys are kind of aware of everything. Okay, so something really cool, we got a dauntless short bow with a charm of called shots. So if we inspect it, it increases weak point damage but decreases non-weak point damage. So if we have good aim, that's a great one to take with us. I think I am going to switch to the dauntless short bow just for now, because it's a little bit stronger than my Lancaster. You see the Lancaster has 162 range damage. This one has 406. It's like not even close. So I think I'm going to actually put the Lancaster in tools and ammo for now. I'm gonna put that ammo away, and then I'm gonna take my 82 arrows and take it with me. There's different kinds of arrows you can make now that wasn't a thing before, so I'll just quickly go over that. So we have entangle arrows, implosion arrows, and slicing arrows. So the implosion ones basically, you know, it fires an arrow that strikes an enemy like normal, and then again after a brief time. So it's kind of like an explosion, right? Then you have entangle arrows, which snares an enemy for a brief time. Slicing arrows fires in a horizontal line through enemies, damaging all who touch it. So this is a really good for like AoE stuff with the slicing arrows. We're just going to use regular arrows for now since that's what we have, but I just thought I would mention that and you know, make some sense out of it. There were also some changes in the most recent patch where they put well, since it was the anniversary of the game, woohoo! And with the anniversary of the game, there's like a well, there's a glamour station that was already in the game, but now you can actually like go in and change all your gear and stuff. So I don't think I have it unlocked though, so maybe what I'll do is I'll go to the tier 1 stuff, unlock the glamour station. Let's find it. Where's that glamour station? Where'd I put it? I think it's in magic, actually. Oh, maybe not. Consumables? Doubt it. Clothing, tools. I don't think it's in tools. I would think it'd be in structures because it's a magical structure. What is this? Crude sink? I didn't even know oh, these are new, I think. I think some of these items are new. I don't remember this wardrobe existing or even these side tables and stuff. So it looks like they added some new furniture items too that are not part of the new sets. And we even got this crude fireplace now, which is kind of cool. So that's nice. Let's see. It could be in tier 2. Yep. So it happens to be in tier 2 glamour station. So in the tier 2 progression tab, you can find the glamour station. You can learn that recipe. And if you build it, I'll place it right here for now. But if you build it, I'll show you what the interface does. All right. We can customize our weapons. So in my case, well, actually not just our weapons, but our clothing. So in my case, I'm going to take maybe my clothing. So I'll do like the Jabbit dress, right? So what I can do is I can do available appearances. So if I want it to look like something else, like if I want it to look like something else I've unlocked before, like some other piece of clothing, I can, right? So that's pretty cool. And then also if I want to go to item customization, I can actually choose various colors and stuff. So you have your different kinds of materials. So we have Holt Bloom, Titania's Crown, all that. So basically all the material types that you've unlocked, like while you're adventuring, you then get access to as far as like being able to customize your outfit like it or with it, if that makes sense. So that's pretty cool. Something else too, you're probably wondering, like, what if I don't, you know, what if I don't want to go searching for these materials, you ask, right? Well, you don't have to actually, because in the watch, which we haven't unlocked yet, but we'll be getting there, don't worry. Once we go to the watch, there is a vendor who will sell you groups of prints depending on what you want. So like if you want all the metals, boom. If you want all the leathers, boom. You know, stuff like that. So you can just buy them in groups, but that's like a late game thing, which I think is fair. It's kind of nice. You can also choose. So the cool thing about these materials is you're not just choosing a material color, like, or whatever, right? So like these are all plant fibers. I could choose an animal type. So if I want to go with like some of the other stuff, there's a lot more options here for like really cool looking outfits. Like, I mean, this is freaking awesome. I gotta say that I'm actually pretty impressed with the choices and the variety of choices when it comes to this game right now, when it comes to this whole system. I was thinking about doing a video kind of going over this, but I don't know if anyone would really find that like valuable for like its own video, if that makes sense. So I was thinking, you know, maybe I'll just mention it here in my playthrough. So yeah, really cool. And then of course you have your leathers, so if you want to go with different leather types you can, and you can even see the texture on there. Like, that's super cool. Look at that. Awesome. So I mean, it's just so neat, and I really, really like the way that you're able to kind of customize your outfits. I mean, it's just super awesome, right? I'm not going to do this now, but I just thought it'd be cool to show you guys so that you're aware of it going forward, because I know not everyone reads the patch notes and stuff. So yeah, happy anniversary, I guess, to Nightingale, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Really quick before I go, if you haven't already, please leave a like, share, and subscribe for more Nightingale content, and I'll see you next time. As always, Sholo out.